What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. This time we are going to be doing the analysis of the Carabao Cup 4th round victory at home over Fulham. So we're going to crack on first before the game talking about the teams, and 10 out of 11 ain't bad for me in being able to predict. I said John Stones would start in this game, and he did. Only one I got wrong was I thought Otamendi had played because he was on the bench in the last game. Instead, Fabian Delph ended up starting with Zinchenko slotting in at left back, so Delph playing in front of the defence. And all in all, not too bad. Fulham went with a very strong side, only 3 changes from their Premier League match at the weekend. They're obviously looking for a bit of momentum, looking for a bit of settlement in the squad, getting things settled down. And a 2-0 loss away at Manchester City. Fulham, I'm not too sure if they're going to be happy about it or not. Man City ended up having wholesale changes. Fulham never really in the game, and it was all too comfortable for Manchester City. So we're going to crack on with the analysis and have a talk about how things progressed through the game. Now, 18 minutes in, Manchester City dominated the ball, obviously, for the first 18 minutes. We normally do, so it's, it's nothing different from any other game. But 18 minutes in, a deep ball in. Fulham managed to clear, but they don't clear the lines enough. Brahim Diaz ends up having a shot. It wasn't a pot-look shot, it was just a shot that looked like it was going straight at the goalkeeper. Ends up taking a very big deflection off Mitrovic, ends up going into the back of the net. 1-0 to Manchester City, and first ever professional goal for Brahim Diaz, and first ever professional goal for Manchester City too, or first senior goal, whatever you want to call it. But that's his first ever goal for Manchester City, and hopefully it's one of many. Poor defending from Fulham, but I'll take it a lead in the Carabao Cup now. It meant that Fulham had to come out and try and make things happen, which will obviously allow us a lot of space because Fulham was sitting quite deep. But also nice to see young Diaz go and get his first ever goal for Manchester City. What we want now is for him to sign a new deal, and everything is looking rosy. Now, Sane into the later in the half ended up missing a fabulous chance after some lovely interplay from Kevin De Bruyne, Phil Foden and Leroy Sane. Gets onto the end of it, his shot ends up, I think he ends up canning it over the bar. Couldn't keep his shot down, but it would have been a lovely goal if it had gone in. But nice build-up play. De Bruyne was getting back to his best. He's had a very good first half. Unlike his cameo appearances that he'd made on Monday night in particular when he came on, and he looked very rusty. In this game, started in the game, getting near enough 85 minutes under his belt. Absolutely fantastic from Kevin De Bruyne. We'll talk about his injury as we get through the chronology of the match, obviously. Now, right before half-time, some great work from Brahim Diaz. Gets the ball under control, plays it to De Bruyne, who whips in a ferocious ball. Great movement and timing from Phil Foden. Glances his header, and it flicks just wide of the post. So unlucky. And then Jesus, right on half-time, ends up having a shot which was just tipped wide. Another fabulous save. Could easily have been 2 or 3, and we could have had the game seen off at half-time. I was a little frustrated that the game wasn't seen off by half-time, and at 1-0, Fulham were always in the game. Now, like I said, we could have said it could have been 2, could have been 3. We just needed that goal. That's what I wanted from the second half, for them to go and control the game, get the second goal, and then from that you can get 3 and 4, etc, etc. But I thought Leroy Sane played well, particularly in the first half. Kevin De Bruyne was absolutely excellent. Phil Foden had a decent game. I was impressed a lot with Danilo, Vincent Kompany too, and Zinchenko was beautiful on the ball. Muric had very little to do. I think he only had like 1 shot on target for him to save, and he saved it, to give him credit. But I think this whole game's just got to talk about Brahim Diaz. He was absolutely amazing in the first half. A little bit quieter in the second half, but like all good attacking players, when you're not playing or making things happen, make sure you're there, right place at the right time, and you end up getting the goals, and that's exactly what he did. And he looks very mature this year. He's only played 1 game prior to this, and that was the game against Oxford. He looked very mature, like he'd been playing game after game after game for me. Absolutely fantastic from Brahim Diaz, and I feel so bad for him with his contract situation. He deserves a lot more minutes. He deserves playing time at Manchester City. He deserves Premier League minutes. He deserves to be able to get assists and goals for Manchester City. He's an absolute quality young player. We should be trying to reward these players, not losing them, and we face losing him to Real Madrid. So hopefully now that we've seen what he can do, Pep Guardiola will be able to find more minutes for him, and if he can't find more minutes, then we risk obviously losing him, and we really don't want to lose him. We moved on anyway into the second half. 64th minute, Leroy Sane really should have buried it. He ended up pressing against Fulham's defence. It looked like a free kick to me, in my honest opinion. Ended up going one-on-one with the keeper and smacking it into the side netting. Very frustrating. But we all had to wait another minute. Great diagonal ball from John Stones, another player that had a very good game, into Sane. He plays Jesus in. His shot is then saved onto the post. I was getting frustrated at that, but Brahim Diaz just follows it up and just smashes it in. Very clinical. A killer second. Can't take that goal away from him. Mitrovic definitely not having a claim on that one, and Brahim Diaz scores his 2nd ever professional goal. 2 in his first 2 goals basically. A brace for him. Wait for a bus. none come, wait forever, end up getting 2 at once. Absolutely brilliant though from Brahim Diaz. In the 77th minute he went off of Riyad Mahrez. I'd like to have seen him do 90 minutes, I really would. I'd love to have seen him maybe even try and get his hat-trick, that would have been fantastic. But exceptional performance, and every fan got to appreciate Brahim Diaz and applaud him off the pitch. Hopefully now he can get more minutes, and Phil Foden too. 5 minutes remaining, last talking point of the game, because cruised through in all honesty. Kevin De Bruyne went off injured, he landed awkwardly. It's not his injured knee that he's holding, I think it was his other injured knee, his other knee that he was holding, the one that's not kept him out for 7 weeks. So that's the only bit of positive news that we've really got with regards to that. But we should have some news on that either today or going into tomorrow. I'm not too sure when Pep's press conference is for the match against Southampton, but we'll get an update then. So make sure you stay tuned to Man City's Twitter for that one, or just stay tuned to my Twitter and I'll retweet the information if and when I do see it. But Claudio Gomez ended up coming on for his debut, so always nice to see. But all in all, full time, 2-0 Manchester City. We're through to the quarter-finals. We've got Leicester or Southampton away. Very difficult, both of them games, so we can't take them lightly. But Brahim Diaz, awesome today. Danilo was very good, I thought, at right back. He's been injured for a few weeks. He just came back, then got injured again, and now he's just come back. And again, he's put in another good performance, in my opinion. An unnoticed player, but did very well on that right. Him and Brahim Diaz did very well. Being able to contain a near enough full-strength Fulham side, with a load of players that haven't really played many minutes or played with each other this season, to be able to null their attack, be able to put them under constant pressure and make things happen, and really put Fulham under pressure for them to struggle to get any momentum in the game. I thought we did incredibly well in this game, and I was super proud of all of the boys yesterday, because I know how difficult it can be when hardly any of the players have played any minutes. Things look disjointed, and for me, it didn't really look disjointed. It weren't a fabulous first half from us, it weren't a fabulous second half from us, but we did all the right things, ticked all the right boxes, and we ended up getting 2 goals, and we ended up winning the game. I couldn't, in my opinion, it's as perfect as it could be from that performance for me. So we'll have a look at the stats, because I think this will be quite interesting to see how they performed in comparison to Premier League games and how Manchester City performed. So we ended up making 65% possession compared to their 35% possession, which is what you come to expect from Manchester City in a home game. We ended up having 27 shots to Fulham's 5. They had 2 on target. We had 7 on target. We need to improve on getting more shots on target there. 11 shots off target, and 9 shots of them were blocked, 7 on target from Manchester City. Dominated the attacking stats. Like I said, if we'd have shown the clinical edge that we've seen from us, we could easily have had 3, 4, even 5 goals. We ended up making 733 passes at a 91 pass completion rate. Midfield absolutely awesome in this game. Phil Foden deserves more minutes. Kevin De Bruyne, hopefully his injury isn't bad and that he can play some more minutes in the coming week. We've got 3 more fixtures to go before the next international break. We've got a Manchester derby at the end of the next week, so you know what I mean? We've got a lot of minutes. Hopefully that won't be too serious. We ended up making 22 key passes to their 5. We created 3 clear-cut chances. We've put 2 away. We ended up hitting the post. We put more crosses in. Fulham connected with none of their crosses. They put 6 crosses in. Non-connected, we put 9 crosses in. 28 crosses in. 9 of them have connected. We ended up making more recoveries. We ended up making more tackles, more interceptions. They had more blocks, more clearances, more headed clearances, as you'd come to expect. We were better in the air than them, which is a surprise, but we were. And yeah, the keeper ended up making more saves. So yeah, a very dominating performance for me in that. A very impressive performance. A win is a win, and we go through. Now, Phil Foden was excellent in this game. Kevin De Bruyne are awesome. Hopefully the injury isn't too serious. Brahim Diaz is my man of the match. Scored both goals. I think that's pretty straightforward in my opinion. I want him on a new deal. Hopefully we can get him on a new deal. Apparently we've got Raheem Sterling verbally agreed to a new deal, so what we need to do now is try our best to get Brahim Diaz onto a new deal. If he wants to be paid a little bit more for that, then so be it. We can't afford to be losing quality youngsters. We've lost Sancho. We're running the risk that we might well lose Foden if we can't get him to a new contract, and we may well likely lose Brahim Diaz. We don't want to be losing quality young players. We can't afford this. We need to find minutes for them, and hopefully Pep and Chicky and everyone can get everything tied down, get everything sorted, and make everyone happy, because these are quality young players. We've seen it yesterday, we've seen it against Oxford, and I'm sure in abundance we'll see it again. So we need, that's my opinion. You're free to think whatever you want, but the facts are we're in the quarterfinals. We've got Leicester or Southampton away from home in the next round. We've got Southampton at home coming up on Sunday. More match preparations, and it'd be nice to see a couple of young players make the bench and be able to get minutes and work their way into getting into the starting lineup. December's such a busy month coming up next month that we can find minutes. If we can't find minutes, then we're searching for excuses, but we have to find minutes for these players. I'm sad at the thought that they could go, and that was my conclusion. I'm sad because yesterday we saw how good these young players are, and I really want to keep them at Manchester City. So there we go. Leave in the comments what you thought. Leave a big thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe, put your push notifications on. Aiming for 2,000 subscribers before the year is out, so it'd be ace to be able to hit that ASAP. So make sure, if you are interested in the content and channel, subscribe, notifications on, social media links in the description below, along with my email if you want to hit me with any sponsorships or any business enquiries for any videos or anything, then just let me know. Just email me, that's in the description below. Leave links up to my second channel, Jason Sidlow Travel Man, along with my brother's partner channel, Mixer, doing the mixology drinks. You want to go and check them out there, go and like and subscribe over there. We've got some content coming up on there, so go and check them out if you wish. Check out my other videos. Don't forget to share this video, help my channel grow. That'd be ace, and I'll see you all for the preview tomorrow of the Southampton Premier League game on Sunday. So I'll see you then. So it's been JSGC. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Quarterfinals, here we come. Peace. Ciao for now.